Hello there, everyone. Dude, come on. Flip back to me. Flip to me. Hello, everyone. My name is Luis, host of Plug and Play, your now hopefully weekly dose of video game news and reviews. Hope you're all awake this lovely morning, but if not, well, you are now. So today, I don't really have any gaming news, but I do have a good review for you guys. It's on an older game, but it's my most favorite one of all time. Today, I'll be taking you guys on a tour of Jurassic Park: Operation Genesis. Before I begin though, let's talk about Jurassic Park, for those of you living under a rock these past 25 years. Jurassic Park was a movie released in June of 1993 by Steven Spielberg. Yes, the Steven Spielberg. It was based off a novel of the same title, written by Steven's friend Michael Crichton, and Steven pestered him so much about it, like what was it about and everything. The movie revolves around a group of people brought to the island known as Isla Nublar by a man known as John Hammond, in order to show them and gain their approval of the newest attraction that he created, Jurassic Park. The group of characters brought to the island are two paleoscientists known as Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler, a chaotician and the greatest character of the entire franchise, Ian Malcolm, and the meat shield of the trip, the lawyer, Donald Gennaro, who is probably the greatest death scene in the whole franchise. Check it out. Like I said, greatest one. So, throughout the film, a greedy IT guy named Dennis Nedry turns off the power of the entire park in order to steal dinosaur embryos and sell them for a lot of money. He dies, of course, but the power outage causes a lot of problems. Dinosaurs are let loose on the island. The group has to overcome a lot of challenges, from raptors being loose, other cars breaking down and everything, a storm of all things, but most of them get back off the island. Well, except for Gennaro, because you know why. And that's where the original movie ends. But over many years, there have been 4 more sequels and many, many, many games for many consoles, and one of them I'll be talking about right now. Jurassic Park: Operation Genesis is probably the most loved and most expensive game in the Jurassic Park franchise, especially if you tend to buy it on PS2. Seriously, I shelled out $60 for a cheap copy on eBay. Yes, cheap. But I still don't regret it at all. Now, the main objective of the game is to build your own functioning Jurassic Park. This game is a sim builder, and it does it so well. You're in control of everything: the dinosaurs you can get, the size and shape of the fences, how your island looks, the price of admission. Everything is at your command. You begin by selecting how you want your island to look. Do you want it big, small, mountainous, flat, lots of trees, or a barren wasteland? You choose. Next, you get to pick which dinosaurs you bring to the island by sending teams to dig sites. More are unlocked as you level up, and you need to create dinosaurs to even open your park. So build a fence, get a hatchery and a feeder, and then release your very first dinosaur, and then open the park to the public. The more DNA the dinosaur has, the longer it will live, so keep those dig teams up and running. Now, over time, you'll get mail from the park staff saying what you should do, or suggestions as to what is necessary. These aren't set in stone, however, and you can ignore them if you want, but the park might suffer because of it. While the main premise is to create a functioning Jurassic Park, the true final goal of the game is to get Park up to 5-star rating. That can be achieved by creating dinosaurs, keeping them happy, keep the visitors happy, and just a lot of patience while playing. But you'll be so interested in the entire game that you won't even notice how much time has passed. Honestly, I can't tell you guys how to play this one. If you ever decide to shell out the cash for the PS2 version, the Xbox, or the PC version, original Xbox by the way, you just play it your way. That's the main thing. That's the slogan. It's Jurassic Park your way. I love this game so much, from the calming music to the dinosaurs you might grow attached to, and just everything about it I love. I find it to be my game I go in order to just relax and chill. I give this thing an 11 out of 10, and it's just that amazing because of it, and I recommend it to everyone. But if you want something more modern, check out Jurassic World Evolution, the successor to this game. It's available on Xbox One, PS4, and Steam. Although, this one right here, I'll be playing it far, far down the line. So, that ends this session of Plug and Play. Tune in next time for more news and reviews. And remember, if an old man asks you to visit his island to see his dinosaurs, say no. Bye, everyone. Good.
Welcome to Wait, What? The show where we talk about different topics that make you think, wait, what? My name is Brody Frost, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about superheroes. The other day, Stan Lee passed away at the age of 95. Those who don't know who Stan Lee is, you might as well. He is responsible for superheroes like Spider-Man, Hulk, X-Men, and Thor. He has many famous for many more, but those are just a few that he created. He wrote many superhero comics and was known for being the man that made Marvel. So I figured, why not give you a rundown of some of the really bad superheroes. Also, just a heads up, I don't know who made these, but I know that they are real superhero comics. I just figured I would list off a few and then talk about why they're, rather than give them a top 10. The first superhero I want to talk about is Zickus. Zickus is a vomit-themed superhero. He's a superhero that throws up on people. I'm not sure why this is a superhero, but it is. To think it would make more sense to name him Puke Man or Vomit Boy, or maybe something better yet. I don't know why. Just not make him a superhero. The next superhero is Jazz. No, Jazz is not a hip hop theme or he spits fire. No, he just turns blue, and that's it. Yep, Marvel didn't even try on this one. This is more just like a singer from the Blue Man Group, aka a lame superhero. The next superhero I want to discuss is Arm Fall Off Boy. Okay, so his name is literally what he does. He can detach his limbs and beat people with it, which would be cool, but isn't there like things laying around that he could use better than his own arm? I mean, I could see it being useful to help him out, get out of situations if his body parts work without being attached, but nothing says so. So I guess you can just use your imagination. A few more I'm not going to go into great detail with is Matter Eater Lad. His power is just to eat inedible objects, and the Dazzler. Her power is just to turn sound waves into energy beams. Okay, so now for today's news. It is bizarre as always, but it's a bamboo in Zimbabwe holding an infant just like Raffi in Lion King. Yes, the Lion King, in real life, and is now proven. Yeah, well, the iconic clip, well, if you don't know, well, here you go. When she happened to see something straight out of the Disney classic Lion King. It was an adult bamboo holding her baby, which looked almost exactly like Lion King when Raffi holds Simba in front of the whole kingdom. When I saw this, I literally thought the same thing as the photographer. It's the Lion King, the iconic scene that hasn't just been orchestrated in Zimbabwe, but it's also been in Philadelphia. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then maybe this video will help you illustrate this for you. Yes, even sports franchises have incorporated in on the fun by raising their babies or others in the air, just like in the film. I think this is funny because everyone can relate to this. It's good. It's also good for the sports industries to help people who are at these games be entertained during timeouts or halftime, especially coming from a person in business on the business side. The more fun you have, the more likely you are to tell others about your experiences, and the more likely they are going to return. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and talk about these terrible superheroes and the iconic movie scene. But until next time, join me, or until next time I talk about these weird topics that make you think, wait, what? But until next time, my name is Brody Frost, signing off.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my show. I'm film fan Dylan, and today we're going to talk about some recent movie news. Yesterday was quite the day for movie news, considering two high-profile trailers happened to drop. And I'm going to talk about those and an upcoming film that's about to be a big hit in the theaters. But before I talk about any of that, I'd just like to mention that yesterday we lost a staple of the comic book and entertainment industry, Stan Lee. You'd have to be living under a rock not to know who Stan Lee is. Basically, he's essentially the face of Marvel, and Stan Lee can be credited with co-creating many of their high-profile superhero characters like Captain America, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, and most notably Spider-Man. Watch almost any Marvel movie, and if you happen to find a scene dedicated to a random elderly but charming man, it's more than likely a famous Stan Lee cameo. At 95 years old, that's quite the run for such a prominent figure in the comic book world. Stan Lee, may you rest easy and excelsior. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk about today is the first teaser for the upcoming Toy Story 4.
Flows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds.
I don't belong here! The panic is attacking me! Oh boy! Gallop, I'm pounding! I'm not a toy! Hey, somebody get him before he pokes an eye out!
That's right, everyone. After what seemed like the perfect finale to a trilogy of perfect children's films, Disney and Pixar are back with another installment of the Toy Story franchise, Toy Story 4. Now, not much is really known about the plot of this film, but from what we can tell from this teaser trailer alone, it will feature the return of all the characters we followed in Toy Story 3, with almost all the original cast returning to their roles once again as well, including Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear and Tom Hanks as Woody. The only one who won't be returning, it appears anyway, is the late Don Rickles, who was the voice of Mr. Potato Head. It is currently unconfirmed if he recorded any of the lines for the movie or if they'll have to recast the character altogether, but I'll imagine we'll hear more as the film's release comes closer. I'd also like to make note of this new character included in the teaser, Forky, appropriately named, as he is essentially a fork. It's interesting to see such an unconventional toy like Forky alive and interacting with the other toys, all while screaming, "I don't belong here." If I were to be so bold and make a prediction, I believe there's a chance this film could potentially go to the limit and ask its audience some serious existential questions about what makes a toy and how that question can translate to our personal lives as well. But that's just my prediction. There's also been reports of both Tim Allen and Tom Hanks getting very emotional while recording dialogue for this film, so it's safe to say that this film has piqued my interest. And it has me looking forward to a film I otherwise think is unnecessary. Let's see if Toy Story 4 can prove me wrong on this one. And now that I've talked about a film franchise that's existed since I was a child, I'll talk about a film that I wish existed when I was a child, and that's Detective Pikachu. Take a look.
Welcome to Rhyme City, a celebration of the harmony between humans and Pokemon.
Tim, your dad was a legend in this precinct. If you were anything like your dad...
I'm not.
I remember. You wanted to be a Pokemon trainer when you were young.
Yeah, that didn't really work out. Someone there? Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
I know, you can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you.
Did you just talk?
Whoa. Did you just understand me?
Oh my God, you can understand me. Stop. I've been so lonely.
They try to talk to me all the time. All they hear is Pika Pika.
You can hear him, right?
Pika Pika! Yeah, Pika Pika Pika. He's adorable.
You're adorable. They can't understand me, kid.
Can no one else hear him? I don't need a Pokemon, period.
Then what about a world-class detective? Because if you want to find your pops, I'm your best bet.
We're gonna do this. You and me.
There's magic that brought us together, and that magic is called hope.
Listen up. We got ways to make you talk. Or mime.
Yeah.
So tell us what we want to know. Pipe. Yes. Okay. I can. Shoving. Pushing. My problem is that I push people away and then hate them for leaving.
He's saying you can shove it.
What? I can shove it? Okay, that's it. No, we're switching roles. I'm bad cop. You're good cop.
No, we're not cops.
In my head, I saw that differently.
Any kind of Pokemon entertainment. Growing up, I played the video games, I watched the anime, and I collected so many toys as well. And I loved Pokemon growing up. And you know, as time grew on, or as went on, I grew out of it. So when I first heard of the news of Detective Pikachu movie, I couldn't help but think, you know, it was a shame that a live-action Pokemon film couldn't happen sooner, or that I couldn't be younger right now to enjoy it. But I will say, however, I was completely mistaken by that assumption, because as soon as I saw this trailer for this film, I was ecstatic. It's like younger me sprung back to life as he saw what appears to be a live Pikachu, and I did a complete 180 on this movie, from being totally disinterested to highly anticipating this film's release. The film stars Ryan Reynolds as the voice of Detective Pikachu and Justice Smith as the human friend / partner. It appears that this movie is going to be some sort of buddy cop movie, but honestly, the plot can be whatever it wants. I'm just really looking forward to how this world is built in this movie, and because you can tell by just the trailer alone, Pikachu's not only the Pokemon, he's not the only Pokemon in this world. There's so many more. The world is full of them. And I'm really excited for this movie. I love the design of Pikachu. I love how faithful they stayed to all the designs of the other Pokemon in this movie. It seems, this whole thing just seems so weird, and that's why I'm really looking forward to it. And also, younger me, let alone older me, would have never guessed that the first live-action Pokemon movie would be about Pikachu wearing a Sherlock Holmes hat and being a detective. So it's so weird, and I love it. So I'm looking forward to it. And now that I've got that out of my system, I've got one more movie to talk about, and unlike the others that won't be coming out until next year, this film will be coming out within the next few weeks. That movie is Creed 2.
If we don't do what we love, then we wouldn't exist.
It's time, kid.
right now, including me.
You gotta think real hard about this. You got people that need you now.
I'm taking the fight.
Victor Drago, son of Ivan Drago, who infamously killed Apollo Creed, appeared today to issue a challenge to Adonis Creed.
Don't do this.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands. That kid was raised in hate. It's dangerous. He broke things in me that ain't never been fixed. It ain't worth it.
It's not just us anymore, Dave.
I want to rewrite history.
If you want to fight this man, that's your business. But don't pretend this is about your father.
This here is all about my wife, my kids, the life that I live. Through the night, I was his. It was right what I did. My ups and downs, my slips, my falls, my trials and tribulations, my heart, my balls.
This won't be the end of me. Or you. It can't be, because we're a team.
Now you know what you're fighting for.
Round after round, you learn more about yourself. And when I stepped in that ring, it wasn't all about me.
Sorry for the handful of you who are hoping for a new Creed album. I'm talking about the films. Creed 2 is the continuation of the story of Adonis Creed, son of Rocky Balboa's former rival and / friend, Apollo Creed, in his quest to prove himself as a boxer and as a man. In this film, we see Adonis, who is played by Michael B. Jordan, and Rocky, played by Sylvester Stallone, confronted by the past. The famous Russian villain from Rocky IV, Ivan Drago, played by Dolph Lundgren, has returned with a protege of his own, and he wants to go one-on-one with Adonis. Now, there's a whole backstory as to why this fight is so important. Rather than try to explain the entire timeline here, I'll just make a recommendation to you all to just watch basically the entire Rocky series. You can skip number 5 if you want, but the whole Rocky series and the new Creed film, I believe, are must-see films. I truly love this series. Obviously, I will say the films Rocky Balboa, and Creed are wonderfully made. They're dramatic. They're emotional films that are very worthy to be watched. The other films, they're a little more cartoony and a little more schlocky, but they're a lot of fun. Again, you could skip 5 if you want. But investing in the story of Rocky Balboa will make you appreciate the story of Adonis Creed even more. So that's why I would say, before even watching this film, go ahead and watch the others. I've seen them all, and I'm very much looking forward to this new film here. And that's all I have to talk about today. Thank you for joining me. Now go and watch all the Rocky movies. See ya.